So what is a percentage lease? What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another educational video of real estate. And this time we're going to move on to another lease, which is called percentage lease. So what are we dealing with? Well, percentage lease delves in more of the commercial real estate. It doesn't delve in like, single family homes and condos and such. What it means is that, for example, you have a business, and let's say my business is... I sell video games at my store. But my store is a part of a mall that gets a lot of business. So I am not only paying a percentage of rent to have my business there, but then also because of the mall that I'm located in, the type of business, the traffic that comes in, I also pay a percentage of the gross of my business goes to the owners of the property. And that's what a percentage lease is, because I am utilizing their mall, their unit. I'm renting a unit from their mall or from their commercial real estate, and I'm using it to make money for myself. And that's what percentage lease is. And that can go a number of ways. That it doesn't have to be a mall, it could be an outdoor mall. It also can be a movie theater. It doesn't have to be a mall. It could be a clothing store. It could be a restaurant. The point is, you're utilizing somebody who owns the building or owns the land, and you're paying them a percentage from the gross that you make off of the business that you're doing there. Now, that can be good or that can be bad. And 9 times out of 10, when it's bad, is when a business is no longer making a good amount of money because either the location has gone down where the unruly crowd has now been coming in more frequently, and the business is already dealing with theft, and they're dealing with customers no longer wanting to come there because they don't feel safe. So then what will end up happening is that business will relocate and go to another location. Or there's times where it's not the location, it's not the mall, it's not the clientele, it's the fact that the business is just not what the consumer wants, so they can no longer keep up with not only paying their rent, but giving a percentage of their profit to the owners as well, so they end up vacating. This situation reminds me very much of what happened in Long Beach. And now that I'm a realtor and I understand things about ownership and leasing and property and rents, this is why the Long Beach Mall completely went the way of the dodo, went extinct, was shut down, was completely destroyed. I remember my mother used to talk to people that know the area of Long Beach and grew up in Long Beach, and she said this one store, but pretty much what happened was the Long Beach Mall for a long time used to have a lot of people shop there. They didn't just go to Lakewood, they went to Long Beach. And they were like, well, I don't have to drive to Cerritos because Long Beach or Lakewood has what I need. I remember I used to go, my mom used to get her hair done in Long Beach Mall. I forget the salon there. She would get her hair done. It would take a long time too. So she would just give me a good amount of money to go get food and go to the arcade. And she's, as the parent says, don't talk to strangers, this, and that. And I would go to this arcade called Till, and go there, and that's where I played. I have fond memories of the arcades. That was the first time I saw Mortal Kombat 2, and I saw Mortal Kombat 3, and I saw the Street Fighter games, and I normally would just play what I could get my hands on because I didn't want to play the games where everybody was crowded around because I knew I would get killed really quick. So I just wanted to play games where I could just watch or observe or play by myself. The only other thing that I remember my mom, when we would go there, I was little, we would always go to this place and get cheese popcorn. I remember that. Anyway, at some point, the Long Beach Mall started going downhill. And what caused it? Well, as I've talked to people older than me, and I've been told by her and stuff, what ended up happening was the gangs of the area started coming into the mall and frequently harassing people that would either work there, they were getting in fights with other gangs at the mall, or they were causing just problems for shoppers. So what ended up happening, shoppers would stop coming there, and over time, businesses, it was a domino effect. One business would leave, and then another one would leave, and another one would leave, and little by little, people left the Long Beach Mall, and the mall couldn't recover because the mall was not, and I don't want to say what they weren't doing, I would just say what wasn't happening was they weren't getting rid of the problem. They weren't doing anything about the problem. And as a result, businesses would get up and leave, because if you're paying a percentage lease, like I'm pretty sure most of them were, well, I'm not making any money here, because it's at this point, I always made money selling my product here. And now all of a sudden, customers or potential customers are no longer coming into my store. What's going on? Well, what's going on is the environment has gone rather negative, and people who would frequently shop there are going to go to stores where they feel safer and they feel like they're not going to be harassed. So in that turn, that causes business to say, I'm not going to continue to have my business here, pay a lease, and I'm not making a profit. I'm losing money every day, because in their mind, the ones that own the mall, the ones who are collecting the rent, are not doing anything that's causing the businesses who are utilizing their services to make any type of profit. And it was a domino effect, and eventually the Long Beach Mall closed down. And then they used a wrecking ball to take it down. And there is the only thing that is still left of the Long Beach Mall are two things. The parking structures, those are still there. And on one end of the parking structure, there's this collage. It's a very nice collage that's still intact, and that was part of the Long Beach Mall. That's all that's left. Everything else is gone. And I remember me and my friend, one of my good friends, we had went to a movie before we went to the mall, and we walked in there just to see what was up, and it was very just gave a very hollow, spooky vibe. Even though all the lights were on and stuff, it's just, you would just see those big giant gates that they have for all these stores. They just see a gate everywhere, and it was just empty. It was black. There was nothing there, and Tilt was already gone. I remember, I think it was only a shop. I think Montgomery Ward, I think that was still there, or Ross is one of those, and then there was like an outlet for buying little things that they normally sell on television, try to get you to buy, those shopping networks kind of thing. KB Toy Stores, I think they were already out of business, but it wasn't there, but I remember where it was located. And the Carl's Jr. that was there was shut down, and it was only a couple stores open, and everything else was just pitch black kind of thing. Yeah. Very sad situation, but I think it also send a message to Lakewood and Torrance and neighboring cities of what to make sure doesn't happen there. I would think. Anyway, the point of my discussion about this is just to say, a percentage lease can go either way. It can go a benefit, or it could be a negative. But other mitigating factors can make it be a positive or a negative situation. If businesses are doing well because their location and those who own the mall are making sure everything is being done properly and being up to code, then the businesses that are renting there, they'll end up paying a percentage lease, or they'll end up paying a certain percentage of their what their business makes, because they're getting customers every single day, kind of thing. But if it's not being that way, then the business can go under, and then they're going to have to vacate, or they can go out of business because of that. Or, again, it could be because what they're selling to the people is not what the people want, so then nobody shops there either. So anyway, with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, but I will catch you on the next one. Take care.